on YouTube and on Twitch, let's give you a quick rundown of what GT-MES is. GT-MES, the name is an acronym of Gran Turismo Mixed Endurance Series, and from that, pretty much gives away the game. This is a series of 12 racers, I believe, divided into two classes, 6 drivers in GT3, or as Gran Turismo calls them, GT or GR4, excuse me. And then we have 6 racers in GT4, or as Gran Turismo calls it, Group 4.
I think you got a bit complicated there.
Yeah, it runs on a bit, it gets a bit complicated, but
yeah,
hopefully if people can follow, it's easy to understand. It'll become apparent as you see some of the racers and some of the cars. There is one of our organisers and the host for today's race, Niels, driving the Alfa Romeo 4C. I'm actually joined on commentary today by Tay, so I'll let Tay introduce himself.
Hello everybody, my name's Tay. I'm a slightly mediocre driver and slightly mediocre commentator, so this should be fun.
Slightly mediocre commentator to join a very mediocre commentator in myself.
Yeah.
Myself and Tay, I am Column, so get used
I'll
to
try
hearing this.
Whoever's putting in chat, I'll try and keep up to the best I can, but obviously there's going to be a lot going on tonight. So.
I think I know I'll definitely be the GT-MES commentator for the time being. I might try and coax Tay into doing it with me.
I'd be happy to. I mean, I'm free throughout the entire for like this timing slot, so I'd like to do this.
So get used to our velvety tones on a Friday night, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully. I'd like to make this a regular thing.
Here we have Johnny in the number 91 Red Bull Nissan GTR.
Hey, I'll go through that now. Right, currently topping up the timing sheets. Obviously, we are running with Zephyr 96 Subaru WRX. Really nice.
Would I be right in saying that Zephyr races for
I'm excited
Rolex?
for this.
Not sure on that, but I wouldn't put it past him. He is a properly skilled dude. I've raced against him a few times. Properly quick.
I know from watching a race, actually watching GT Eagle race with Axel one time. I believe. Speaking of Axel,
just dropped out. Should be back in a second. Yeah,
it seems that Axel is having some sort of internet issues.
This isn't the first time he's dropped out tonight, so.
No.
It's crazy.
A lot will be expected of the Cosmics driver tonight. Arguably one of the odds-on favourites to win, along with Zephyr. That being said, very impressed with Johnny during his running at Bathurst earlier this season.
Both of the
very impressive.
Shown for the entire series. Their tuning and driver capability has been top-notch throughout this series' history, so they're always one to look out for.
Hi. What car class is this?
Another man to look out for, I believe.
Is both GR3 and GR4, if you weren't there before.
Yes, this is mixed class endurance racing. I believe it's a 40-minute race around Altopolis with heavy damage.
Yes.
I will quickly back out of the lobby and just give those watching a quick look at the specs, and I will go over them for those on Tay's stream. The minimum weight for this series is set to 1,000 kilos with the maximum brake horsepower set to 150, so we are not running a traditional balance of power that you will be used to on Gran Turismo, rather a set brake horsepower and weight limit. The tire settings go from racing hards to racing softs, so we should see some varying strategy calls. We have shortcut penalties on weak wall detection, collision, or wall collision detection. My apologies. It's set to
Is Siri
default.
repeating my text?
No ghosting during races. No penalty for wall contact. No penalty for side contact. Cars do not get lapped while ghosting or replaced while they leave the track. All assists are enabled and allowed. And really the interesting part is the race settings. Tyre wear and fuel wear are both set to ×4. So that means that fuel and tyres will wear at a rate equivalent to 4 laps over the course of 1 lap. And perhaps the most interesting part of this whole series is heavy mechanical damage.
Do we still have the ticks in this series?
We do, yes.
The idea, do you want me to do this? The idea behind ticks are drivers leading the championship, or doing well in specific races, will get weight and power ballast to put on during the next race to make things more balanced towards the rest of the field, which makes each of these championships way closer if they were still letting just the drivers do their own thing.
With that being said, let's check out who has ticks for this race. We have the current championship leader, I think, Sota 57. Sota 59, my apology, he has 7 ticks. GTP Dangerous Nip, the South African driver, has none. I believe he is a new entry to the championship. We have Zephyr 96, he has
Why is a robot repeating the text I sent?
I'm going to put my hat on betting that he's been doing well. We have CSX Axel, he has 2 ticks thus far. Road to Fury, the Australian driver, has 8 ticks. GT Eagle has 3 ticks, and Johnny Rune has 5 ticks. That is the GT3 class. And in the GT4 class is Farron here. Yes, he's in P8. He has 8 ticks. Thunder Pigeon, who I believe isn't running today, as far as I can see. If he is or isn't, he has 11 ticks. Niels, he has 12. Doc Shipman with his now P2 has 7 ticks, and GTP Guido, who I don't think is here today, has 2 ticks.
Right, I believe we're now getting underway with qualifying.
No, we've actually finished qualifying. We were just very late for it. Apologies.
Wow, emoji red hard.
There you see something that might plague one of the overall favourites for tonight's race. You see on your left hand side, Axel has left the room again, and as
Ginger,
his
emoji
Cosmics
smiling
teammate
face with
GT
open
Eagle
mouth.
has put in the chat, he is apparently resetting his equipment to
Hello there,
prevent
Mr.
this happening
Benji.
during the race.
How are you
Hello,
tonight?
Benji.
Good, sir. Good to see you in. Alright.
Who's the championship
Hope
leader?
you are doing better today, Benji. You know, all of us at Cosmics, our thoughts and prayers go out to you
Hey.
in your time of grief.
And what robot keeps repeating my flipping text?
Look, Crazy, that would be just to kind of... It's a hearing stimuli so I don't have to keep looking at the chat. So basically
Yay, I little better today, thanks for asking, Cone.
Oh, good to hear, Benji. Hope it's getting a bit easier for you.
Tay, if it's any benefit, I think you can enable comments.
Have you named the robot, hey?
Through your broadcast settings.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I don't know if that will make you restart the broadcast or not, but it is something worth trying.
Sorry, just repeat that, please.
You're talking to me, yeah?
Yeah.
If you go into your broadcast settings, you can.
Oh no, it's fine. I've got my laptop next to me, so I can see it all correctly there. So I don't have the bar on the right that becomes distracting.
Okay.
At least me anyway. Currently on board with Zephyr
It makes
96.
your text smaller.
I am
Final
hitting
section.
the consistently annoying problem of trying to enter using the keyboard and it brings up the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zephyr is currently
I'm
the
kind
only
of
man on
switching
track.
between controller to change view and just to do keyboard for the things I need. Obviously that final
Hey,
section on
do
this
you
track
know
is
what?
I was
Do you
going
know
to
if that's
say.
a team livery Zephyr is running?
I don't think that's a team livery actually.
Is it just an
I
independent
believe-
livery then, yeah?
Yeah, I believe it's just a
Very nice livery, so
Say
yeah,
what?
he's really nice. Captures a proper factory feel to that thing.
if he's done that himself, it's something I
Really
tip my
impressive.
cap to.
Let's actually do that. Let's have a bit of a livery run around. We've got Taz in that grey and blue ODTT, really nice looking with the Monster Energy.
We have
Blends very
Axel in the Abruzzi sponsored Cosmics livery.
Very nice looking.
And if Axel can hear me, or Benjit, I know you are teammates with Axel, can you please tell him that he is jumping all over the place, he's still teleporting, so his connection is still a bit bad.
GTS Dangerous Nip here. That's a really nice looking BMW there. I'd quite like to use that as one of the stock ones. Instead
We
of that
have
boring BMW.
Niels, sorry Kay, we have
So
Niels
are some
in
of these drivers
a
using
lovely
GR3 and
red,
GR4
white
cars?
and blue. I'm going to say it's, I think it's an aeroplane sponsored
Yes, he does.
livery.
He does those quite frequently.
He
They
does
are
like
really
his
nice.
airplanes, yes, I know. I know he likes his airplanes, so
Specifically, obviously, the Breitling livery also makes it a bit more obvious.
Yes.
Associated with aviation. We've got Eagle in the Academy livery for Cosmic Esports. Hopefully, we'll see him do quite well in that. It would be nice to finally, because obviously we've seen with the pace he has, it would be really nice to see him move up in the world. So it's a really nice livery nonetheless.
we have Farron 79 in the Audi TT. The blue seems to be, can't really get a good look at it.
Is there
but
a
it seems
Discord
to
link
be
or something?
a Castrol sponsored
We're looking at
TT.
no, that one's the Monster
Farron.
Energy one.
Ah,
was pointing
I
out earlier.
can't really see her on the side, so
Yeah.
it's a lot of guessing work from here. We have
I will just get that link for you now.
we have Road to Fiore in the AMG
Discord link to
Mercedes.
the league.
Has a very factory feel to it, so I'm going to assume that's the road he's gone down. And what
If
about,
this doesn't work, just let me know. It's not a full link, is it?
we have Dangerous Nip in the M6 with a very, very nice factory look to it.
Yeah, I was looking at that earlier. It's
MOT
probably-
waving hand.
That's
By
very,
the
very
way,
nice.
who's the championship leader? Do
If
these
that's,
races happen every
if that's a
Friday?
custom made livery, which I assume it is, with the GT-MES boards,
Hi, Matthew.
but if that's something he has done himself, that's a fantastic looking livery.
Championship leader at the moment for GR3 and GR4, both played on 57 points. We have Zephyr in the lead in Group 3, and we have Thunder Pigeon in the lead of Group 4. I don't believe we actually have Thunder Pigeon here today,
Hello,
unless
Benny.
I am mistaken. So this is a good
No,
opportunity.
it seems he's not running today, no.
So this is a good opportunity for obviously Nils to take a championship lead. As long as he scores in the points, I believe he will
And
take it.
Speed Pro.
Hello, Speed Pro and Matthew. Good to see you both here.
Nice to see
Okay.
the Jeff men out today.
MOT
supporting some
waving hand.
fantastic GT Sport Racing. Hello, gentlemen. And we at Cosmics look forward to the next installment of TGTI.
Ah, of course.
So
that will be the oh yeah, so I'll keep that under wraps.
Yes. Well, keep your eyes and ears peeled for that.
Indeed, should be a good one.
Have to plug our series.
Ooh, there's an interesting thing. Drive-through penalty for Road to Fury.
How long's the qualifying?
He is currently, let's have a look. Road to Fury is currently second in the championship, so that could really dent him if Zephyr makes a mistake somewhere. It'll still be cancelled out because obviously he's had the drive-through before. So that could be a big blow to his championship hopes coming in here.
What league is this?
Matthew, this is GT-MES, GT Mixed Endurance Series. Obviously, I know you're just tuning into the stream. So it's a Friday mixed class league with GR3 and GR4, hosting a very international grid of drivers. I don't think it's been mentioned yet, but this is a really diverse league that we've got. We've got everything from South Africa to Finland, so it's nice to see everyone out in force.
And stretching as far from America to Australia. So,
yes, of course.
Very. I think they can put an I in front of it next time to make it
international,
IGT-MES.
of course. Yeah.
It's very international. It's the most international league I've seen at this time.
Unless I'm wrong, I don't believe this is qualifying right now, Crazy. I think we're just having an extra practice session to practice for Axel, who is having connection issues.
Yes, I believe qualifying has finished. I believe Zephyr qualified on pole.
Ah,
That's
okay.
surprising because he is very quick this season.
He's a good 1 second away from Dangerous Nip. I don't know if this is just a practice session, but he looks to have a pretty sizable gap.
Yes, this seems like it's a bit of an impromptu practice session.
Yes.
While I believe they wait for Johnny, so... And it appears that Axel has fixed his
internet connection, so I'm just watching him now. He doesn't appear to have any problems right now whatsoever.
The problem he has seems to be not cutting the last corner, but
yeah, a little bit sketchy through there, but no penalties given, so it looks to be deemed okay.
He's back to the pits, so we shall jump on board with Zephyr.
Let's go for Zephyr. Bit as half fuel, so obviously settings are a bit dependent. Going quite deep into the corner. Obviously, I've tried it out before. The Subaru's brakes are very good in comparison to Group 3's. Keep it nice and tucked into the inside even after that last apex, so you have a good run out for the hairpin.
And as much as I hate myself for saying this, here's Johnny.
Nice and confident through the hairpin. Want to keep a just nice, consistent line. No second thoughts through the sweeping left-hander, like what we like to see. Just one single movement. Second hairpin here. Has to be extra careful. Sorry, to not get the rear end out on the corner entry. Very easy to do that and mess up your exit out. Down into this lethal right-hander that can very easily swallow you whole if you get onto the curb. Outside curb, sorry. Moving into second gear. Right, left, right. Incredibly smooth final sector this on topless. One of my personal favourites. It just kind of, the flow never ends seemingly. Ooh, yeah, there it is. There is what would happen. There's what happens when you kind of push it just a little bit too hard on that curb. I will try and get it for you now, Crazy, but I think Server might have invites disabled, because whenever I go to invite people, it just comes up with a discord.gg/ and then nothing. I think it might be shut or turned off.
Yeah, I believe that is the case. I know Niels had to send me the link to the Discord personally.
Okay.
So, but Crazy, we will get that worked out for you as soon as the racing is over.
to go with Dangerous Nip. These two are quite close to each other on track. I think it appears that... Oh no, we're going. For a second there I thought Dangerous Nip might have been in pause menu. I think he might just be taking it easy for this lap. Interesting array of hang on.
I find it quite humorous actually that Taz is a censored word by Polyphony.
Yeah, there's
Not
a few
too
curious
sure.
decisions made in this game.
Yeah, yeah.
Curious fact,
That's,
in this race, I believe there might only be 2 rear or mid-engine cars. So it's a pretty much front-engine dominated series.
That being the 4C Alpha and
The Honda NSX of Doc Shipman in the Honda NSX and Mr. Millsman in the Alpha.
Would that be the GR4 or the GR3 NSX?
The GR4, I believe. Let me check. Yeah, that's the GR4. Tiny little
Funnily
wing
enough, the more desirable and probably the faster of the two.
Yeah, especially after the recent BOP updates. Obviously, the Group 3, I think it got power nerf, didn't it? Yeah, I think it was a power nerf and a weight reduction buff.
That's really what the NSX needed, was less power.
Yeah, ideally what it would have needed was the opposite to make it more balanced, but obviously more questionable decisions being made.
It probably needs a whole new physics rearrangement to get...
Ideally, yes. To make it any sort of competitive.
It's actually, speaking of physics changes, I guess we're in a good section of the track to talk about it.
You still on board with Zephyr?
Will really affect the
yeah, I'm still
now.
on board with Zephyr, yes.
Yeah.
Prior to, I believe, 2 updates ago, this track was bad already, but with the recent programmed in understeer, I believe we're going to be seeing a lot of cars in the gravel tonight.
Well, we're about to test that theory. Let's get underway for Autopolis.
I'm just not. I just don't envy those in turn 1, to be deadly honest with you. But yes, as Tay said, we are ready to rock and roll for round 5 of GT-MES at Autopolis. We got one quick last look at your grid. There is Zephyr in P1. We have Dangerous Nip in P2. Axel or GT Eagle in P3. Axel. Yeah, that's gonna ruffle some feathers in the Cosmics camp.
And the top 5 is rounded out by Sosa. Oh no, yeah, the top 5 is rounded out by Sosa 59. Getting ready for the first corner.
Each time someone
racing
fits,
his
I
last
get
race, and
apple
it should be
juice.
mentioned. He's leaving
Lights out. Bit of wheel spin there for Zephyr. He's sandbagged off the start. Eagle's gone up to first position already.
GT Eagle.
Zephyr's moved down to 5th. Contact there, road to Fury, and Eagle's gone! Eagle's gone already! What a shame after that amazing start. I believe there was actually a bit of contact behind from Road to Fury. It looks like Axel's waiting, so it might have been something to do with Axel. Oh, that's really unfortunate for Eagle, how he span out.
Let's get a quick look at Eagle's start. Fantastic off the line. Brilliant. Let's go on board with Eagle, just for the time being.
That puts
fantastic start.
That puts what I believe is the 5-time champion, so that's 59. From 5th on the grid into the lead.
There's something interesting about the replay. There
is
was
it a
a
little bit bugged?
Axel waited. Axel hit GT Nip, who then hit.
So it was a chain
Eagle.
reaction.
Yes.
That will definitely be investigated coming into the
well it should be. I believe, if I'm not mistaken,
the switch
Axel has serious engine damage. As well as front aero and tyre damage, so
that could really hurt him now. But one person this has not hurt whatsoever is Sots59, who's moved up into the lead. But we've got Zephyr just behind him and looks to have closed in at a rapid rate. Look at him, he's gaining like tenths throughout the entire final sector. He's already in the position to make a move into T1, so this could be a very short-lived lead for Sota, unless he pulls off a miracle of either pace or defending.
It seems that Zephyr also must have a lot of lucky clovers in his possession, as it was a pretty terrible start for him, but he manages the end of
He goes
lap
in the lead
one
already.
to retake the lead. It seems
Incredible
that he hasn't
stuff.
been affected by it at all. Yeah. Zephyr was P5 by the first turn, and fast forward one lap, and he's back to the lead.
Just to show just how much this grid's ruffled up, we've got what I believe about, we've got 4 cars, 4 GT3s behind the GR4s. The GR4s are in the top 5 at the moment. Obviously that won't stay that way for the whole time, but for the moment, we have an incredible lead.
I believe we'll see the GR4 class in the top 5 overall until at least the 25-minute mark.
Because obviously the GT3s, the GT4s are not that far off. They're only, would you say, maybe like 5-6 seconds apart from the
Perhaps, yes.
So it's going to be a massive ordeal to, well, for at the moment it's about 11 seconds. Then we have
and Axel, who would have been thought of as a
speaking
favourite.
of, Dangerous Nip and GT Eagle fighting here. They really can't hold each other up too much, otherwise this is going to become dangerous having any hope of salvaging this race. We'll see what happens here.
Axel now 46 seconds off Zephyr.
Been a really poor start from him.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic first corner incident.
GT Eagle just parking it in the middle of the road. No way through at the moment. But
I know, having talked to Axel, he's described Eagle's defensive work as impressively annoying in how he defends apexes.
yeah, definitely. So, if you just kind of park it in the middle of the road, there's no way through for the other car without barging it through.
Another something rather humorous is
Mr.
notice that
do you know
I
how to
believe
use the switch
the Cosmic
keyboards on
Delivery Designer
GT
has
Sport?
left British flags on Eagle's car.
Speaking of, we got Doc Shipman there going through on Taz 1990. Fairly clean move, nothing really too complicated. Crazy, I will just check that for you now. You go to spectator options, switch keyboards, and flick that to on. It will be on off by preset. You just click to on, and you can use keyboard full support.
Another thing to note is Zephyr is now 3.2 seconds in the lead.
Already creating a huge gap over the course of what, 2 laps? Immediately fastest lap.
And that fastest lap is getting close to his quality time also, so he seems
the
to
new
hit his
tyres.
stride instantly.
However, what we do have to count in, the fuel. They've only done 2 laps and they've already got 3 quarters. Just a keyboard, Crazy, just a keyboard. Yeah, it's now 4 seconds. There's not enough difference to really tell between the two, Zephyr and Sota on fuel. In fact, I don't believe any of the top 3 there is any notable difference on fuel that would make a difference.
Interesting battle for P2 in class between the GR4s, with Doc Shipman currently 1.5 seconds, and then followed by Taz and Farron, the German duo. They're following each other.
All very close to each other. I think Farron, if he gets a good run out of him, might be in slipstream. No, not quite. He'll just keep it away. Very interesting to see. Still, Eagle and Dangerous Nip very close together. This is obviously into turn 1, incredibly close, less than 2/10. That means they should be alongside. Nip goes for the inside, just no break by Eagle. I think Eagle's wheel might just broke. He's gone completely too far. Such a shame. I'm not sure what happened there. It looked like he just didn't bother turning in. And again, around the rejoin.
Something also to note is that GR3s are right back up behind the GR4s. So
obviously, yeah, the 5-6 seconds a lap. They've probably.
I was very, very wrong. Even at the current pace, I'll catch him easily within 5 minutes.
3.9 now, 3.2. Well, it was 3.9 coming out the hairpin. It's now 3.0. The rate of this catch.
He's easily within viewing distance now, or within sight, I should say.
Tell you what though, the cars at the back, maybe obviously with the chaos in turn 1 they got to save a little bit, but they've got a slight fuel advantage, one that might actually make a difference. When it comes
Now
to
Axel is onto the back of GT Eagle, so
See
we might
this?
see some team orders here, or will they be free
I
to battle?
wouldn't hope so, but it's ever the possibility. Yeah, obviously, yes, definitely. You'll see Axel gain about 3 tenths coming out of there. Eagle seems to have lost a bit of calm through there, and that's totally understandable. It's such a demotivating mistake to make, to just launch stuff off of turn 1. You just feel like there's no hope of any getting in this race. But you just have to stick with it and hope something better happens. But even
Something
still,
also interesting to ponder is
here you go then. Nip,
The top.
sorry to interrupt you, but Nip is now going through on the GT4s. Might have the 2 Audis in one here. Darts to the inside. Not quite a move made. Taz looks to be not defending, but just keeping it there. Holding his line. Good on him.
I believe we may have been wrong with our train of thought then, that it
Definitely,
was 6
yeah.
seconds. It
They
is,
took-
no, you're right, it is about 6 seconds. Niels is in the 48s. And
then obviously
Zephyr's
got-
in the 40s. So
And then
about
the closest
8
car to,
seconds.
the closest GT3 to Nils is Dragon's Nip. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Dangerous Nip. That's my bad. And he's lapping at 42s, so it is exactly 6 seconds, I believe. As obviously we see Dangerous Nip there going through on Doc Shipman. Whereabouts? Oh, we've got a bit of an island forming between Sota, the 2 cars beneath him. We've got about 8 seconds to the car in front of Zephyr, and about 6 seconds to the car of Johnny, but that gap looks to be coming down ever so slightly.
Just
So-
Axel off in the background. Does he sustain
Again,
any damage?
ooh.
No, he manages to hold
Must
this.
have been
Something
a-
also interesting to note between the 2 Cosmics drivers is that they are on very different strategies, with Axel now onto the mediums.
Ah, so he's probably going to be going for a
So-
longer stint, maybe trying to make 20 minutes in fuel saving.
Yes, so it could be
Oh, I've done
the event that could happen is that Axel comes to the back of Eagle, and Eagle just lets him through, not wanting to burn tires.
Ideally, it would be the best way of doing it, because not only is it a team, it's an unnecessary fight. You don't need to fight it because there's nothing to really fight for. It's your different strategy for that point.
I think the Cosmics designer will have to be sacked this evening, having put an American flag on, or a British flag on Eagle's
That's going to be a
rear
conversation.
wing panels. He's also put a Rally Art sponsor on the back wing of a Subaru. So
That's a crime against humanity. You can't do that. Surely.
yes, that's
War crimes.
yes, I believe that's crimes against sim racing. That slapped every sim racer in
Crimes
the
against
face.
automobiles.
We're gonna jump off Axel now, or we're gonna get accused of favoritism, and we're gonna jump back on board with Zephyr, who, believe it or not, is now 14 seconds in the lead.
Incredible stuff from Zephyr here. Just pull that gap constantly. And the thing is, if you look at his times, it's not only, like setting one lap and then easing off, it's consistency. He's been setting 41s within the same 3 tenths for the past 3 laps, and even then, they're all, well, obviously apart from the grid start, they're all in the exact same range of each other. So it's not like he's
That
easing
being
off
said, correct me if I'm wrong, but his last lap was a 2:02.
I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing his last lap on lap 6 was a 1:41.3.
Okay. Could
You
be
may be
just me
looking at
then.
You may be looking at someone
Yeah,
else.
I'm definitely on board with Zephyr. It just says 2:02 for some reason. But let's jump on board with somebody else. So his last lap, and this could explain the gap, was a 1:47.5.
Yeah, he's lapping 5 seconds. Well, I think in terms of his laps, Soto has definitely made a mistake there, because that's about on par with the GR4 pace. But on his normal laps, he's still a second between their best laps. They are more, well, actually no, they're pretty much exactly 2 seconds apart. So we're just seeing Zephyr here consistently edge out a gap with no real competition.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
it seems that
Yoni has really gained onto the back of Sotta, maybe because of the mistake, but he's now within 5 seconds, whereas before I think he was 6.3.
And then something also interesting to note is that GTS Nip is just outside of pit stop distance to Johnny. So
ideally, I don't think he can, but if he can take this set of softs and his fuel to the 20-minute mark, it depends what strategy Johnny's on, because obviously we don't know each driver's individual strategy. We'd probably like to keep it quite a secret so they don't give their opposition any sort of advantage. But ideally, if he can prolong that stop as long as possible, and Johnny does a different strat, maybe tries to just kind of go in 3 times, we could see a massive change here, or maybe even 2 times. So it depends on what the two Nissans do that will decide who gets the final podium spot.
Seems that Johnny is also taking time out of, or
lost
GTS
a bit of
Nip is taking time out of Johnny.
Yep, so that gap's going to come ever closer. We haven't seen pit stop time yet, because obviously we haven't done it under race conditions. Axel stopped earlier, but that most likely was just a basic damage fix.
We do see now Eagle and Axel coming to the GR4 field and beginning to carry their way through.
Actually, we've got Nilsman and... Oh, okay. I was about to say Nilsman and Road to Fury are really close to each other, but I don't realize Road to Fury is one of the GR3s.
I wonder what happened to him at the start. That must be something we missed.
I'm guessing maybe just tangled up in it, maybe not spun. Actually, no, he must have, yeah, because he's behind Dangerous Nip, who, from what I remember, was fairly affected at night.
Yeah, Dangerous Nip was caught right in the middle of it. There we have the
Road to Fury
Zephyr's
very nearly taking himself off the track a little bit, but that won't affect his performance too much. Road to Fury right back through.
Zephyr's in the pits if you haven't noticed.
And in the distance, yes, Zephyr in, so he'll be doing...
That unleashes Johnny and Sota, the two Finns. Does he get out ahead of Johnny? No, Johnny
he's actually
ever so slightly past him.
He's not fueled completely as well, he's got to about 70%.
This could be a short stint then with the soft tyres where he could be trying to extend
Fury's the one
his
who
gap.
got hit by Axel into Eagle.
Thank you, NG, for the speculation. Fury might have been the one that got hit into Axel into Eagle. Or by Axel into Eagle, my bad.
No, that was Dangerous Nip.
Okay.
The chain reaction is Axel into Dangerous Nip into Eagle. What could have happened, and this is purely speculation, is that Road to Fury was the causation of this.
Yes.
And it's a chain reaction a bit bigger than we had first expected. A 4 car instead of added 3. And here we see Zephyr has already dispatched of Johnny.
He's already gained 1 second. That's obviously helped because of the tyre advantage, but it's still a second. Either way, you can't.
He's going to gain a massive amount of time to Sota through this sector.
In this situation, Zephyr might have to stop again because he didn't fill up all the way, and he's gone with 25 minutes to the end. So I believe he's doing a 2-stop, which might not pay off.
I would definitely say he has to go to the end. I would speculate this is actually quite a short stint to extend his gap.
Speaking of, I know we were talking about Zephyr is actually Volex, because if you look at his helmet by clicking F12, he's definitely got that Volex helmet on. Very nice helmet, by the way. Nice gradient on that. I like that.
Oh, but that being said, he nearly loses it.
He's pushing, isn't he? He's trying to get into that lead as soon as possible so he can start bridging that gap.
Watched it. Emoji smiling face with open
He will
mouth.
have a pit stop lead. So perhaps even with some softer tyres, it could be 30 to 35 seconds once Sota pits in and pits out.
GT Eagle is now in the pits after regaining his advantage over the Group 4s.
In goes Niels as well.
Not really got anyone too close on track at the moment. Axel's still down in 9th. 13 seconds away from Road to Fury, so he's got a large amount of ground to make up.
Dangerous nits over
Seems
trip
like he's had a
experience
massive
wasn't caught
incident
on
the last
camera.
lap. A 2:15. That being said, he
5,
has
so he's,
pitted in. He's undercut Eagle.
he's got it. He looks to have got it done.
Yeah,
So-
he has got it done.
So
And
he
now there is
now
Eagle in the background.
inherits that. Well, he now inherits that net lead of the GR4s above them. Where is
Yeah.
Shipman? Oh, there's Shipman just being overtaken by Road to Fury. I was just thinking.
Actually,
those-
Axel has put in the fastest first sector.
Speaking of
Although there's
Shipman,
only one
he's
corner.
really going to torture himself on those softs. If you look at how worn they are, I'd probably just go in now and try and make a set of mediums last till the end, because at the moment you're going to lose a heap of time to the Group 4s behind when you pit.
That being said, he is just surrounded by Group 3s, so it might not be the worst idea to
Yeah. Pit now.
extend it another lap,
Ah,
I
yeah,
would
right,
say,
my bad.
actually,
Sorry.
because he's only losing 2 seconds to his previous best, and his that time seemed to be fluctuating a bit.
2 seconds, yeah, 2 seconds ultimately is not that bad. Meanwhile, Zephyr, he's been on that soft tyre for about 3 laps now. Doesn't even know the tyre wears on. He's preserved these,
Yeah,
like, really
it's
well.
just began to wear slightly.
Sota
And
off in the
I
gravel
want
there.
to-
He's going to lose a lot of time to Johnny behind, who has actually more fuel. So that's going to play out massively to see if Johnny can underfuel, get ahead of his teammate, and then just park it in the middle of the road and defend for the rest of the time. That could really cost Sota.
I was interested to see if Axel had set a new fastest lap, but it seems that he's had an incident somewhere and has only set a new personal best. In
Maybe
one
lapping, or maybe
43s.
he hasn't overtaken any Group 4s. That's a weird one. It might have just been
No.
like a mistake on his part.
Yeah, it could be just driver error.
That's not a good omen,
And-
by the way. We've got on lap 9 a 1:42.666. Let's hope that's not more bad luck for Axel. He's already had a pretty tough time. Obviously instigating a bit of an incident at turn 1, and then able to fight on throughout the rest of the race.
We've seen some uncharacteristic driver error from Axel the last while, especially start of this race.
Gonna get a
So-
little bit obstructed by Shipman there. It's perfectly legal, of course, because there's no blue flags out. Ooh, that got a little bit close going to the
bit.
turn.
I think Shipman committed to that racing line a bit too early.
Either way, they're
Both-
both through cleanly. I don't think they have damage, do they? No,
No, both are okay. So
nothing really too major then. Eagle's going to definitely get held up through this last bit, because I don't think anyone's insane enough to try and move into either of these last 2 corners.
car seems to be wobbling massively. on the
Unless
gear,
Eagle goes for the inside. I think
which
Shipman's
he
given him.
does.
Yep, Shipman
Yeah.
gave him the line, Shipman gave him the room, and Eagle took it gladly. That's that done. Right, so I believe that actually puts all positions back into place. We have all of the GR3s with the GR3s and all the GR4s with the GR4s.
Yes, that
Yep.
is
Ooh,
correct.
speaking of, look at. Oh no, sorry, that's being lapped. I thought Taz and Farron were
Yeah.
getting quite close then. It's just me being a bit silly.
We do have Zephyr very, very close to Taz.
Yes,
and
they were just
Splitter
lapping.
Diffuser.
Oh, hello, was that yellow flags I saw? Ah, someone came with the pits.
And
That's
there
Shipman actually,
you
hang on a
see
minute.
Shipman out of the pits, and he's lost.
He's lost a position. Has Taz gone a bit wide
Taz
there?
at
He
least.
has. Shipman goes right back through, says thank you very much. This could be quite close between the two. Johnny in with literally no fuel left, so he's been properly pushed to stay with his teammate. It's
Running on
long
absolute
pit stop time,
fumes
maybe.
there, it would seem. But
how
those
much
soft
is he going to
tires
fuel to?
for tires that have lasted over half the race,
They look very
pretty
good.
okay.
coming out
Does
now.
he fill up to the end? Yes, he
He
does.
fill ups to the absolute max. We've got a Dangerous
I
Nip
would
there in
say
the
he's going
background.
to the end.
Dangerous,
and
all of a sudden, Dangerous Nip has come way closer
right
to
back into the race.
Johnny.
Because he's on brand new softs.
That's a massive
well as
recovery.
a
That's a
full
mega
tank.
recovery from him.
He's already dispatched the Road to Fury.
Let's hang on. Let's have a look at the laps between the two.
And it will
If you
seem
look at-
like Road to
if you look
Fury will... Go ahead, Tay, please.
If you look at the laps between Johnny and Dangerous, it looks like Dangerous should have this quite easily.
Yeah, he's already after taking 2 seconds out of Johnny this lap. It makes you wonder what might have been with...
Without the incident in turn one.
Yeah, Zephyr now has nearly a minute lead over Dangerous Nip.
Gaps ever decreasing. Ooh, I think Dangerous Nip might have gotten a bit of a tailspin coming out of that hairpin because he lost a bit of time, but immediately
he
gained
dropped
back.
off a bit there.
Down the back straight. If you look at it, I think what it is, Johnny's way more confident on corner entry, but then Dangerous Nip just makes all the time back up on the corner exit. But from the look of this, that tactic of just going for a corner entry looks to have paid off pretty well for that final sector, because it's obviously, there's not much corner exit, so you can throw everything into the entries and get away with it.
Yeah, the those who play Gran Turismo quite religiously will know the Nissan GTR not to be a very well-handling car.
Got very close to the curb,
to say the
5
least.
tenths now, 5 tenths, this could be the move. He made a massive error coming out of that, 3 tenths. 2 tenths, starts to the
Goes to the
inside, gonna go
inside.
deep, not quite, he's not on the line.
Gonna have to leave
Johnny
room.
gives it, yep, Johnny gives him the room. Dangerous Nip, I don't think he's got enough momentum to carry this into the next corner, so he's just gonna have to tuck him behind. No, he goes for it. He goes for the inside, I think he's on the line. No, he just squeezes in behind. He'll have to wait a good few corners now for the next opportunity, unless he darts for the hairpin. Johnny goes a bit defensive, that's gonna compromise his line. Onto a little
Good
mini
defender
straight.
from the undercut though. Oh, he
Yep.
gets a tailspin.
Oh, that's kind of unfortunate there. We were expecting quite a good battle from those two, but unfortunately, Johnny gets a bit spun up on the curb, and through goes Dangerous Nip up into a podium
Luckily-
position from what were we saying? 30 seconds back. Incredible recovery.
Yeah. Luckily for Johnny, it didn't result in him ending up in the wall, as
Yeah, massive driver skill.
Admittedly, I thought that's where it was going when he got a bit of a tailspin, just like that one.
Definitely, yeah. Kind of your. Ooh, Road to Fury gets a massive tailspin on there. I think he just keeps it out of the gravel. You get the brakes
That
on,
being
and you
said-
just stop it right there.
He's lapping faster than Axel behind him. Axel's lost Eagle's
consider-
lost a massive
they're on-
amount of time to Axel.
I believe Axel has a slightly higher fuel load, but they're about the same on tyres, so it shouldn't make that much of a difference.
Yeah, Eagles lost a massive amount of time in the first sector. 18 seconds down on his best, and that sees him drop 19 seconds behind Axel.
Not really got any close battles going up in GR4, but look at Zephyr's lead, 44 seconds.
it's-
What a dominant display.
I was just about to comment on that. This is just, it's something else. I think that might be the last we see of Zephyr for this stream. As I think we'll
Hopefully-
check back in on him as he crosses the line.
Hopefully, the ticks come in place soon, and we start to see a more balanced championship come to the favour. Because
I think the only way to balance Zephyr's lead in GR3 now is to put him in GR4 Subaru.
Oh, I have history of that thing. Not the best either.
The Volex driver is very, very dominant today.
Yeah, I don't think there's been any competition.
This is the driver that at turn 1 was 5th.
Yeah, of course, because he spun it up off the start and then kind of just
Got
went.
a
Oh.
very, very bogged down start. It is something to note though that Zephyr will need to pit in again.
Yes, of course, he's got the low fuel load, but 45-second gap with new tyres and a fresh load, he has enough to get through.
He's coming up to lap GT Eagle as well.
He's lapping
How did you
GT3s to
put it
just
on?
show
Yeah.
just how dominant. That is F12 on the keyboard, crazy. Just a little
It does show you how one race has gone so right for Zephyr and it's gone so wrong for
The others.
Eagle.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
you know, these things happen. You just have to. It's a massive achievement on
The
Eagle's
F
part, though.
button.
But he's fought on with it and not kind of given out, because it is very easy in that position to just throw in the towel. But he's stuck with it, and I
Yeah.
think that's an achievement on its own.
If you had have told someone the race order just coming into turn 1 and said predict the race order with 12 minutes left, I don't think they would have predicted Zephyr to have a 47-second.
Wait, what key did you use
Or
for
dangerous nib to even get it back into the third. That is F12. F12. Oh, Johnny!
Oh, no,
Has he been disconnected?
Yes,
So
I believe he
unfortunate.
has.
So unfortunate for him.
In goes Zephyr. But
47
that
seconds.
seems-
Let's see what that gap comes to, but that's so unfortunate for Johnny to be
Okay.
disconnected at such
Thank
a
you.
late stage in the race. That's. It might do him okay in the
F in chat
championship
for
because
Joni.
he either doesn't get ticks here, or I think he might. No, I don't think he gets positive ticks, but he won't get ticks, and we've already seen that he can
Is it F1,
hold
2,
his
3
own
and
with
so
defending.
on for those key settings?
No,
Zephyr
just
now,
this little
fuel to
overlay
the end
here.
on the
That
side.
is singularly F12, but I think there might be other F binds for the other ones.
What overlay is that?
That is the little one where it
Axel
flashes up the
Sugar
driver's
Eagle
helmet.
is now ahead of him.
Ah, yes, that is F12.
Ah, thank you, Mr. Benji. Axel has pitted and Eagle has got on ahead, I believe.
Yes, Eagle.
What is the replay button?
Eagle might be able to go to the end actually. So
Fair enough.
This
So that
could
might
be-
be a change of the Cosmic's leadership.
yeah, I believe Axel's day might have gone from bad to worse. Seems.
Replay
But
button
the Fury
is
is in.
X. Oh, sorry. Replay button is Z to mark it, to mark when you want to start a replay, and then it's X, C, and V.
That is correct. Yep.
Thank you. X for a
X.
short replay, V for a long replay.
No,
Oh, right.
it's swapped around. It is
Yeah,
X
okay.
for a long replay. C will give you medium length replay, and V will give you a short
Okay,
replay. I
thanks.
believe it is 30 seconds, 15, and 5.
Okay, thank you. Anyone getting quite close to the pack? Unfortunately, no. I think all the gaps, apart from, oh no, tight gaps, not enough to be
Could
particularly.
you show us one when an incident happens?
Yeah, it seems nothing noteworthy is
Currently happening.
I don't know
We've got 10
about
minutes
that
left,
anymore.
and that's what 3/4, and we've already seen in this race that, you know, nothing's over till it's over, so it could happen. Nils into the pits.
Yeah, it's even dropped behind Doc Shipman.
Double laps. Doc Shipman, the Honda NSX. We've already seen that you can properly drag these tyres out for a good length. Nils been out of the pits. 8 seconds is the gap he has to make up. In fact, it's 8 seconds in between each person. Actually, no, wait. We've got Sota coming up. Taz, 10 seconds. Oh, 9 seconds, sorry, behind.
Something interesting to note as well that you wouldn't have thought out of turn 1. GTS Dangerous Nip now has a 45-second gap over
To Road to Fury. Is he catching Sota? No, okay. Wait, no, he is, isn't he? With 10 minutes to go.
And
Quite rapidly by the look of things. Let's have a look at the laps.
yeah, it's a good second a lap at least. So
This could get quite close then.
I
Sota,
think Dangerous Nip might have enough in the tank, and so has less fuel.
Sota's
and
gone
more
very
power.
wide. That's going to really disadvantage him for this lap. That's exactly what he didn't want to do. Because that's going to cost him so much time for that hairpin. We're going to see the gap drop too
Yeah, gap
until it
is down
settles.
under 5 seconds.
5 point.
Yeah,
Go
it's
to
under 5 now.
4.999. So that extends out a bit. He's really making a mistake here. Obviously, I think we're starting to see the pressure settle in. Because you see a car, whoever it is, you see a car starting to close in on you that
I
quickly on an
believe
even
it's
playing field.
Niels. Yes, Niels is the car between
Yeah, the blue flag's 4C.
Sota and Dangerous Nip, and luckily for Dangerous Nip, it seems that he'll catch Niels
On a
down the
straight.
main straight.
I don't think it'll be down the main street, but I think it will either be down into turn 1. Actually, yeah, I reckon he'll get him after turn 1. The gap looks sizable enough.
Yeah, possibly.
4.4 seconds now separate the two. 4.2. I think he's actually getting a bit of slipstream off the 4C of Nils.
And he might actually, this might harm him.
Yeah, he's gonna get caught up. He's gonna get caught up into oh, this is both drivers are getting a bit of bad luck.
He's gonna have to position it correctly for the hairpin to dispatch Niels there. No,
Nils appears to be
Niels
defending a
covers
bit.
the inside line.
This is a bit questionable. And obviously
Yeah,
that's unsettled. That's unsettled Dangerous Nip to the point where he's kind of
It's
spinning up tires trying to get past.
He has to move.
This
Correct,
isn't
Crazy.
questionable in terms of legality, but I don't know if you share this opinion, Tay, but if I were Niels, I would have just moved over.
There's no
You're
reason to
not
fight
really-
this. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 34 seconds away from Baron. It's 6 seconds off Doc Shipman, so maybe that could be a reason
Yeah.
as to why that he wants to continue to chase after Doc Shipman, but I believe
Stewards will look at that.
GT Nip or GTS Nip will be quite annoyed.
Even still though, the gap is still less than 5 seconds despite all that. It's obviously gone down
Yes.
from 4.2, but in fact look at that, he gained so much through sector 3.
And I believe that's because, yes, Sota had to negotiate Doc Shipman in the last
So
sector as well.
So all of a sudden, these cars are having the lap cars are having a real effect. I think Dangerous Nip might get the same effect that he did with Nilsman with Doc Shipman here.
It
Because they're in
seems
very,
that-
very similar distance.
Yeah, he's catching rapidly Doc Shipman.
Sense of deja vu here for Dangerous Nip coming into turn 1. Let's hope he can get him in before. No, it's going to happen again, I reckon.
It's going to
Flash
happen
of the
again,
lights.
yeah. Let them know he's there, but sadly for GTS Nip, he's just too far back.
In an ideal situation, there we go.
There we
He lets
go.
him through. That's much more sportsmanlike,
Blue
in my
flag.
opinion.
And look at the gap now, it's less than 3
No,
seconds.
don't. Oh, I thought Doc Shipman might go for the inside gap there. That would have been quite sketchy.
Yeah.
2.9 seconds now.
2.8.
It's
2.8
really
now.
decreasing now.
And
Meanwhile, on the opposite side of the spectrum, we add a 0 to that, and we've got Zephyr out in front.
yeah, Zephyr's he's just gone, isn't
2.6.
he? 2.5 seconds now between
0.5.
Sota and GTS.
I think, yeah. Oh no, okay. I was about to say, Sota appeared to gain a massive amount of time in corner entry there, but then
He
Nip
actually
just made
lost
it
a
up.
massive. He's lost 2 tenths.
Yeah, that was on the corner exit.
It could actually be stated that it will be less than 2 seconds by the end of this lap. It will be. It is now less than 2 seconds.
Meanwhile, we've got on two very different strategies, Eagle and Axel getting very close to each other, 1.8, and that gap keeps decreasing. I think Axel
It's
will have the
1.8 now
advantage.
between Sota and GTS Nip.
This is going to get really good into the final 5 minutes of this race. They're within touching distance on the straight now. He just needs to make another second on this lap, and he's got slipstream.
1.7, 1.6. Oh my god. 1.5.
I believe Sota might be in a low fuel map. I'm not sure about that. He had no
He's
reason
gonna
to. I
have
reckon
to
he's...
be. Yeah, it seems a bit early, seeing as, well, he has 3 laps left, and it's about a quarter of a tank.
So, logically, I think get to fuel mode 1 now and start trying to defend for his life.
That being said, look at Dangerous Nip. He has less fuel.
And he's still pushing it. So I think is this a strategic blunder on Sota's perspective?
Or
Maybe they've
is it
misunderstood.
that Dangerous Nip is pushing his hardest to
Yeah.
get past Sota and
But
then
then again,
build the gap?
look where we see he makes up all the time is the straights.
Yes,
Like,
it
usually
is.
that gap would even out.
It would actually be argued that the GTR should be faster than the M6 on a straight.
In a straight line, yeah, because that is probably one of the best stock game cars that didn't come in an update to the straight line.
It does have a lot of top end performance. True goes, oh,
round the
Touch.
outside, switch to the inside,
Touch.
so it goes a bit defensive. This could be an opportunity here for a cutback for Nip. It's a very, very blank canvas for a cutback into Sector 3.
Into what should be the penultimate lap.
Here we go then.
Check back in with Zephyr, so we
Obviously-
just noticed that he still exists.
Yeah,
Someone's
Zephyr just
got
set a-
very wide at turn 1.
Just having a
Someone-
look now. It's
GT
Eagle. It's Eagle. What's
Got
happened there?
Very, very. I don't know. He's
His
just
res
parked
have
it.
dropped 5th gear. Nothing's
Yeah,
doing.
something's happened. That being said,
Meanwhile, we can't go back. Nip has gone through.
has
Nip
gone
has done
past.
it.
Yeah,
On the front straight. So there it is, your change of second place. That gives Axel 5th place. Is he still in the race? He is. Wait, no, he's gone back going, look. So what's happened there? That's a
Replay
really
wonder.
weird one.
yes.
I'd love
and
to-
the dispatches of Niels.
Oh, I'd love
And
to be crazy.
you
I
were-
didn't get the marker down, so I can't actually go back to it.
Yeah,
But now,
apologies
it's
for that crazy.
it's still not out of the
Will
question. Well, no,
disconnect.
it's completely entirely no, because Benji, he's gone going again. So that's what we're just kind of questioning now.
It's
Is
okay.
right. So
Uh,
obviously, I
one-
think. Sorry.
One could speculate that's actually something to do with the driver rather than the car.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
that he was having a pretty dreary race up to that point, so it might have just been a bit of
perhaps-
a
perhaps
lack of
real life-
motivation.
Yeah, perhaps real life has called Eagle away from the wheel.
I don't know if it was
here we
Eagle
are.
or someone else I know, but I believe I heard one time about no, that's fine. A little real world story from a while back. It's no matter. Eagle is going to get back into the GT3s.
Yeah, he should dispatch of Doc Shipman quite quickly.
Then
quite
again,
easily.
if Doc Shipman does defend this, and he has the right to technically, he could actually hold on to a 6th place and beat one of the GT3s pretty much on track with an on-track victory.
Here's something to here's some food for thought now.
Someone
GTA
around.
has to hope
Nils
that
did it.
Zephyr takes
Is Nils
the
gone?
last sector.
I believe Nils is gone, maybe?
No,
Did
he's
he-
not. He's in 8th still.
Ah, okay. We've got Zephyr
Um,
having a massive amount of traffic through there. That's really-
Zephyr has just lapped Axel. But Dangerous Nip is going to have to hope that Zephyr,
Someone
decides
stand
to
around in a
park.
4C.
before
Look
crossing
at
the
the time
line,
difference.
because I don't think he has enough fuel for another lap.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll be dependent to see. In fact, yeah, Sota.
Has lost a lot of
Sota
time.
might
5
just be a man-
seconds.
How much?
He crosses with 1 second to go.
Here we go then. Final lap.
Zephyr cross line
Zephyr
with a second
might-
to go.
Zephyr might
I
not have enough
don't-
fuel for this lap. He's gonna have to really fuel save it. But then again, he's
Zephyr
got the
will
time
have
to.
enough fuel, but GT Nip I don't think will.
No, they're gonna cross the line now because it's their final lap,
Ah, yes. this
and they're
hasn't
both
come
on the
up
same
on-
amount of fuel.
Yes. It has now come up with final lap on their lap counter. So it seems that either Dangerous Nip had a fantastic recovery rate, or that Sota just underestimated the amount of fuel that would get
Either way,
him and Nip to the end.
what an amazing race from Dangerous Nip to come back from that disadvantage all the
What
way
a
to
fan-
second.
An absolute fantastic recovery drive.
Complete merit to him for that. We've got Road to Fury coming round just into Sector 3 now. You can see actually in the distance, Zephyr and Axel coming through.
Let's jump on board with our
Eagles
race
finished.
winner.
Doc Shipman wins
Zephyr.
in GT4 category.
What an absolute just dominant performance by Zephyr.
Zephyr. There's really been no question of it today.
Gap
It's
at the end to Dangerous Nip was 40
40.5.
seconds.
That's incredible amount of time.
And
That is theoretically a minute a lap. Oh, sorry, a second a
Yeah.
lap. My bad.
and let's not forget that Dangerous Nip he had a fantastic recovery drive. it was just never in question for Zephyr. He just drove
Absolutely
away.
nothing. Yeah. Incredible.
And I think the last person to cross the line is Axel, yeah, and that's everyone. So there is your race results.
An awesome display from Zephyr today. He takes victory.
Just seen GT Eagle posting in the GT-MES Discord saying what the swear word. So perhaps
Probably not allowed
he
to,
could have had
but-
an incident. Yeah, perhaps he had an incident and we don't know about it.
Yeah, I don't think any of us caught what happened. So.
No, I just noticed him going very, very far off the track into turn 1. Massive congratulations, as you see, as Nielsman says as well. Massive congratulations.
Yep. Awesome night today, guys. Let's have a look at the official results then.
I will read
the
you
replay.
what Eagle has said. I don't mind when on track
no worries,
accidents
crazy.
happen, but when God extends his divine bullshit to stop at me on track for over a minute, I have
Then see
an
what
issue.
driver ended up in the
So
wall.
it seems that GT Eagle had some sort of wheel issue, maybe?
Yeah, I think
Maybe.
that's what it looked like to me. 'Cause he tracked like everything went dead.
Yeah. So just a quick recap before we end the stream. Your winner for GR3 was Zephyr 96, and your winner for GR4 was Nielsen, wasn't it?
No, Doc
No.
Shipman.
It was Doc Shipman. My apologies, Doc. So congratulations to those two.
But one thing I want to
what
know
is-
before we end, that was really unfortunate for
Save
Johnny.
replay
He
to
seems to be
see who
doing
went into
really
the wall.
well. So yeah, no, it doesn't really matter, crazy. I don't actually have enough room for it in the first place, but anyway, what happened?
So hopefully we will see you this time next week. So from myself and from Tay, it's goodbye.
See you all later.